going to open this up for questions, but I'm going to leave y'all with these words of a famous freedom fighter before we open it up. Assata Shakur. It is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love and protect one another. We have nothing to lose but our chains.
They are going to racially profile us, and they are going to escalate things, and they are going to shoot and kill us, and they are going to get away with it unless we send people like me to Washington, D.C., who are going to scrutinize and launch investigations to go after bad actors, to arrest them and to put them in jail, and to call for an end and an abolishment of ICE.
So she's getting a makeover for donors, telling MSNBC, I only became a communist just like a couple weeks ago.
A large population of people who fled countries like Cuba and Venezuela who may have a very unfavorable view of the term socialist, and they may not know you yet. So what is your message to them, and how are you going to appeal to them? Because you need to win them over too.
I want to be clear. I just recently joined the Democratic Socialists of America, but I'm also a union organizer. I'm a mother. I am a wife. I am a community organizer.
There's so much more to Angie than communism. She's a Pisces. Sure, she wants to abolish prisons, but not all of them.
What about abolishing prisons, which is one of the platform positions of the national DSA? Do you support that?
I don't support abolishing prisons. What I do support is abolishing for-profit prisons, because they exploit labor and they usher many of our children into the school-to-prison pipeline.
No, Ange doesn't want people to work in prison or out of prison. At least she's consistent. Now, if she wins, what's the first thing she's going to do after she's sworn in?
I'm looking forward to going to Washington, D.C. to provide everyday hardworking people with some relief after we work to, impeach and I vote to remove Donald Trump and we hold his administration accountable. I'm so excited, Katie.
Ange is putting the cart before the horse. She's not in D.C. yet. And she probably won't get there after Florida voters find out where she goes with her kids.
I don't understand, there's no sexualization at a drag show. It's just people dressing up and singing and performing. I've taken my children to drag shows, and it's fun. It's entertainment. It's wholesome entertainment.
Come on.
She's nodding her head.
Trump's advisors say they couldn't have picked a better candidate. When crazy
sense.
Angie's not dragging her kids to drag shows, she's storming the Capitol, which Democrats say is a big no-no.
So we are occupying the floor like John Lewis, like all of them. We're making good trouble. We're doing good trouble. We are the people. The mighty, mighty people. Fighting for justice. Fighting for justice.
Angie the agitator is going to make a scene at the State of the Union if she wins. Book it. Schumer's going to have to babysit. She's going to make the squad look well-behaved. She's gone far beyond anything Omar's ever said. Here she is telling blacks they're about to get executed by ICE.
They are going to racially profile us, and they are going to escalate things, and they are going to shoot and kill us, and they are going to get away with it unless we send people like me to Washington, D.C., who are going to scrutinize and launch investigations to go after bad actors, to arrest them and to put them in jail, and to call for an end and an abolishment of ICE.
After Angie abolishes ICE, she's going to hand out amnesty like candy.
The Haitian community here in our state contribute over $2.6 billion to our economy. And not only that, it's not only just about their labor, it's actually about the culture that they bring here. They are amazing people. And so there needs to be a clear pathway to citizenship, especially if their country is still so unstable.
We need Haitians for cheap illegal labor and their culture. Really? Because that's what Johnny hears when he talks to people on the street, that if only we had more Haitian culture, America would be a much better place. And we've heard a lot from our friend Angela, but you know what we haven't heard? How much she loves America, how great American culture is. our incredible democratic system of government, our rich culture and history. We're kind of feeling like Angie has it in for America. And if communists like Angie win, then what happens? We're just going to give her a security clearance? We supposed to trust a woman like that? This is why the Communist Party was outlawed in 1954. It's a national security threat. People ran away from communism, not to it.
25% of this district is Jewish. 20% of this district is Hispanic. People have escaped socialism. And when they hear folks from the DSA go on television and talk about, how they want to abolish the Senate, they want to get rid of prisons, no borders. Most Americans hear that stuff and they say, what is going on?
That's Jared Moskowitz. He just beat a commie in the primary. Florida's a common sense state. People moved there during the pandemic because they wanted less government, not more. Now, at the time, the press ripped Florida because they're the press. But then we read Fauci's diary, and Florida was right. Communism's not going to fly down there, and Democrats know it. So here's the guy running against Byron Donalds for governor. Go.
Look, I reject the DSA. I reject socialism. I'm a capitalist, and I think capitalism provides the greatest amount of economic mobility. I reject socialism. I'm a capitalist. We'll see how Florida's voters sort that out in November.
It's looking like other Democrats in Florida might not even campaign with Angie.
Are you supportive of her candidacy?
Well, I have not had a chance to talk to Representative Nixon about the issues.
She would be the second Black woman to win a Senate seat, or if she's able to win in November. I highly doubt that she has a legit chance to win, although, she won the primary out there in Florida with all her shenanigans. And it seems like this is a running theme with these communists, is that they say all these crazy things in the campaign trail, and then when they get to the actual general, they walk all of that craziness back. Footage is out. Drag queen story hour for kids. You're okay with that, ma'am? As a wife and a mother? Open borders? You want to get rid of, prisons and, all other kind of crazy things? President only has 2 more years left in office. You want to spend your time trying to impeach the president at this point? Like, you want to spend that time doing that? That's what we need in our country when we have so many other issues, here in our nation right now. But that's what your plan is if you get into office over the next 2 years, when his time is pretty much up. I'm so tired of hearing Democrats only focus on Trump. Anything that's going wrong out here, it's Trump's fault. But you never hear anything that they want to do to help better our nation or improve the lives of their constituents. You never hear it. It's always Republicans are racist, Trump's bad. To be honest with you, I am looking forward to 2028. I really am. And it's not because I don't, have any faith in the president or, I think he's done a bad job. I'm just tired of Democrats using him as the scapegoat. And I'm also looking forward to them using that same playbook on someone else. In 2028, whether it's Rubio, whether it's Vance, whoever else, on this, are they going to put that same type of smear campaign? And then at that point, we can come out and say, okay, these are not serious people. I mean, we know that they're not serious people, but for years, they never said anything about Rubio, who happens to be Cuban, who happens to be, a melanated individual. Are you going to start to call him racist? And is he's going to be the new, Antichrist, for Democrats?
Yes.
Is that who he is going to be at this point?
Yes, Rubio will be the new Antichrist. If you remember, he will be the self-hating Latino. He will be the brown face of white supremacy. He will become all of that, and he will be even worse than Trump because he will be effective. He's been in the Senate. He understands government. So he's going to be a bigger threat. If it's him, it doesn't matter who he is. If you remember, there was nobody more racist than Mitt Romney. When Mitt Romney was running, he was an elitist racist. It does not matter who it is. This is the Saul Alinsky playbook. First, you have to isolate, then you have to demonize. So that will happen to whoever it is. These hysterical Black women who want to take their rage and enact their rage on the public because they are unhappy with their private life, in their private lives and what they believe can happen for them in America are a very dangerous thing. To be as hyperbolic as to say ICE has plans to profile you and they will get away with nothing will be done about it unless she alone can save you. She has the cape, she can fly, it's
Black
not a
woman to
bird,
the
it's not
rescue.
a plane, it's her. It's Superwoman who can, and her going to Congress or to the Senate is the only thing that can save you. I am concerned that people are actually believing this, except for the fact that if it were not effective, people wouldn't do it. So there have to be some people out there who actually believe the kind of craziness that she was talking about. I think that we are going to have to make it our business, and particularly those candidates who are running need to make it their business and double down to expose the fallacy and the danger of communism. And really, a little bit of research could help you to actually understand why that message is dangerous. And let's get racial with it. We need to understand that Black people are specifically being targeted with this message. They want Black people to be the agents of American destruction.
Yes.
Then they can rename it. It doesn't become American destruction anymore. And they can throw off the yoke of old communism and stop calling it the revolution like they were calling it in the 60s. And they can reterm it and reframe it into a racial problem. So we have got to get a hold of the remaining clear thinking Black minds and explain to them you are being played, is to move you into a delusion so they can program you to act in a way that will destroy not only yourself but destroy the country on it. And they want you to say, if I can't be loved in this country, then let it all burn down. That's where they're trying to move you to. They're trying to say there's no way nobody loves you. And that's what this woman, even if she can't win, and the likelihood in Florida is that she can't, it's not for her to win. It's for her to be able to get on TV and send that message to you. These people are in a information war. This is a messaging campaign. That's why they have movies that will fail as long as they can put a particular message in it. What they are doing is message trafficking and message laundering. Why? Because it's effective, because they're exploiting a grievance you already believe to try and blow it into a proportion that makes it an imminent threat so that you will act. And that's what they want to do. They want to program you into action. They want you to leave your own mind and your own common sense and divert to their programming. And while you're diverting to their programming and you've given up your own mind, let me let you know what you will absolutely be when that happens. The one thing you will be sure you are is a slave.
See, just what I said before. I was talking about the programming and the brainwashing of these people. This is a good example of it. Look at the way she's talking. She's not talking rational. She's spewing something that if you just sat down and listened to what she was saying and compared to what's really going on, you know she was lying. But she said it with such confidence. This tells you that a lot of these Black people, and I'm not just Black people, I said some Black people, but there are these liberals who are so programmed that they think that they're making sense. And they're saying some dangerous things. I mean, to say that she didn't say allegedly they're going to Black people. She said they're going to do it. And I'm going to go there to protect you from it. There are some Black people that believe that. They actually believe it. And so all I'm saying is that, man, we got our work cut out for us when it comes to talking these people. We can't just ignore that kind of crazy, because that kind of crazy destroys nations. That kind of crazy destroys nations. Every downfall of a nation always happened as a result of people gravitating to some crazy ideas and it mushrooming among the population, and then they start taking crazy action. This is not something to take lightly. This is some serious business, man.
Mr. Dan, so you hit the nail on the head. Listen to what everything that the woman just got done saying, right? I want to get rid of the for-profit prisons. Two things can be true at once. For-profit prisons do a bad job with the education system, but to say that they're the reason why children are going directly to prison, go look at the Department of Education. Go look at the parents, right? Stop trying to take a complicated issue and saying, well, but over here, we're going to fix this. Vote for me. That's ridiculous. When you say that, we're going to bring in a bunch of immigrants coming here, we're going to get rid of the agency responsible for ensuring that we don't have the wrong people coming in here. To y'all's point, the first thing I'm going to do when I get into office is going to waste everyone's time trying to impeach, because you don't understand that impeach and remove are two completely different concepts. And the average American doesn't, because you have no interest in educating them. It is unfortunate. She's probably not going to win. But even if she does, I won't sleep on the liberals. They're highly motivated for stupidity. They don't do their research, and they're empowered by what they believe is the right cause. But realistically, probably not. But I agree, Minister Danzel. The concern here is not that she's running, not that she's maybe a threat. It's that she got there in the first place. That means that thousands, tens of thousands of individuals in the nation that we live in are like, yeah, no, 100%. I love what she is saying. I love the concept of socialism. I'm going to ignore the fact that a lot of DSA comes from a, let's say, a morality system that isn't exactly great for women. But no, it sounds fantastic, because here's the problem. If you have an entire nation can't read above the 4th grade reading level, falling behind on math, not taught how to critical reason, and emotions have been taught instead to be weaponized in a form of ignorance. When you have a nation like that, you can tell them whatever you want to tell them. As long as it feels good, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter if it's true, doesn't matter if it's right. And the worst part is, it doesn't even matter if it's actually good for me in the but it sounds good. It sounds good. I'm empowered because she looks like me. She talks in a way that I like. She's talking to me because she's talking about people who look like me, and so she's going to run on that. How many times have we heard, why's on this show? Hey, you're going to vote for, what's her name? Karen Bass? Yeah, why? She's black. Why else? That's it. That's all I got. That's the nation that we live in. If the question is not, is this bad, but how do we navigate conversations with individuals like this? What's the actual plan? I truthfully believe we got to get people out there to run. I heard yesterday that for the elections this cycle, not necessarily for the federal level, but just for the local area, there were 11, 17, I can't remember the number, DSA candidates that won in a landslide because nobody ran against them for their local office and for those areas. And so we can get upset about it. Y'all, hey, 2028, some people need to be up there trying to put their hands up and say, I plan on serving the United States of America in this position, and I'm willing to sacrifice a few years of my life to be a leader and do it the right way.
Amen. No, I'm with you on that 1000%. We need more Christians to stop sitting on their hands, to get out and not just, work in a campaign. I think that's great, but go toss your name in the daggone ring. Go do it. We need more people. We need them, because what we do know is that the other side, they're sending folks.
They are.
I mean, the lady down in Atlanta, in Decatur, the one that was causing all that ruckus, with Jay Witt's wife.
I don't know if you want me to say it or not. She ran unopposed.
She ran unopposed.
Crazy.
Who also had a crazy T-shirt on, So it's just like, wait, these people they're running. The other thing I want to say this, and Crystal, I want to give you the last word on this, and then we're gonna raffle and then open it up. Byron Donald won the primary down there in Florida. He's going to win the general. This lady is going to lose, but I promise you, she is going to get on TV and say Florida's racist because they wouldn't elect a black woman to the Senate when they just they're going to elect a black governor, but they don't want a black woman as in the Senate. It's going to be crazy, but it's coming.
Florida, what's up? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa? What one? Y'all better get this right, okay? The fact that this woman said that Haitians is a cheap labor and good. Haiti, sac passe. What we gonna do about that? Y'all don't accept people like that. My Spanish brothers and sisters. ¿Qué pasa? How are we gonna deal with this? We need to deal with this. We need to run her out of Florida. Yes, I may be in Georgia, but my roots are still down there in Florida. Don't let them play with you, because that woman is problematic. I know some of y'all out there just see that black face and think you're supposed to support it. But remember what it was like living in Cuba. Just remember, because that's what she's trying to bring to Florida. That is what she's trying to bring. And we want no parts of that. Y'all did good with Byron. Y'all did real good. And y'all did real good with Miss Ashley Moody. And y'all go out there and support Miss Ashley Moody so she can wipe the floor with this woman here. Because if you want to keep Florida safe, especially with all those people escaping, and I'm talking about escaping like refugees out of New York down to Florida, don't bring your bad politics down to Florida, because that woman is trying to bring what Mom Donnie did to New York to Florida. Don't allow her to do that. So again, I'll remind y'all, wake up. I'll say it again for you, for those in the back. Sak pase, que pasa, wagwan. Let's get to work.
I love my Haitian brothers and sisters, no doubt about it. But did she say that they generated $2 billion?
$2.5 billion to the state of
Does
Florida.
anybody believe that? Is there any statistics?
I thought
for
about
that?
looking it up, but it sounded so stupid. I didn't even waste my time.
I don't.
Okay,
know.
I just wanna make sure it
$2.5
wasn't
billion
me.
to the state's GDP. Now, granted, fact, Florida's GDP, they have one of the larger GDPs in the country. And if they were their own country, I think they would be in the top 20 when it comes to GDP. Florida's got a lot going on for itself, especially with the amount of hedge funds and things of that nature that has moved down from New York. There's a lot of money, a lot of business, down
Right,
there,
but
and you could say that for the Southeast in general.
Yeah, I was just trying to question the applying that $2 billion to a specific group alone.
Yeah, she
That
did. But she also said that it was cheap labor and they needed the cheap labor. But at the same time, if you listen to Democrats talk, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. Listen to them talk. They will tell you that, hey, we are the party of slavery. They were in the 1800s.
Cool,
they
right?
are today. I mean, think about this. In 24, when before Kamala and actually before Biden, you guys remember how Jasmine Crockett got on that stage and said they need these illegal immigrants over here picking fruit and all this other kind of stuff. They came out and said, no, these people need to stay here because we need them doing the things that we don't want to do. I haven't heard a Republican candidate come out and say we need illegal immigrants to be out here working on these farms and working the land because we need cheap labor. I hadn't heard that, but you've heard a plethora of Democrats come out and say that because they have always been the party of the free and cheap labor. They've always been nothing changed. Matter of fact, when Jasmine Crockett came out and said that, we also compared that to the conversations they were having before they freed the slaves.
That's right. Same thing.
Who's going to pick the crops? Who's going to take care of our children? Who's going to, you know what I'm saying? These are the same conversations that they were having then. Hey, if we free these people, who's going to do this part?
Yeah.
Democrats, their rhetoric hasn't changed.
Oh, man.
It hasn't changed. They are the same people. The faces have changed. The rhetoric is the same.
So to answer your question, according to Grok, that number, it's $2.6 billion. But they're saying that is a number that came from the advocacy research estimates, and it's not an official U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis for Florida. But they say it's around 2.6 billion. But this is a number that the Democrat socialists, and them, they're reporting that they haven't actually vetted that information to say that is.
And please, I don't believe anything that Democrat socialists are saying. The communists, I don't believe a word of anything that comes from them.
So she actually flat out lied about this. I have the same thing, something different pulled up here in front of me. That a dollar amount is not actually how much they contribute. Because she said they contribute to the economy. Yes. They do not. That is the amount of money that they earn. That's it, right? So unless you're ready to say, hey, Wise, when you were working as a headhunter, right, all of your entire paycheck, did that go towards the economy of the United States of America? That's what she's saying, right? She's assuming that every single dollar that is earned. I know some economists try to do this. They got rid of this thought process a while back because it's not really accurate. When you try to measure GDP and contributions to economy based off of every single penny that every single American gets, 100% going back into the economy, we know that doesn't work. When Trump had the first stimulus package, I can go ahead and talk about something Trump that didn't work. Check that out, y'all. Hey, liberals, this is called objectivity. Give it a shot, right? When we put those stimulus checks out, they thought that Americans were going to get it and put it back into the economy, thus stimulus, to stimulate the economy. That's where that name comes from, by the way, right? The problem is most Americans didn't. They put it in savings to hold on to it because they were concerned. Exactly. Because they were concerned about C-19. And so that's the flaw with her logic on here.
Oh, they invested.
Not the first time that someone has massaged a fact to try and make themselves sound good.
Yeah. I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts on any of this? Drop me a comment down below. Hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. You can join the ARP family. You can buy your brother a coffee. And as always, keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Peace.
It is God who arms me with strength. Yeah, I'm battle ready. He trains my hands for battle. My heart stays steady. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory. Through my Lord Jesus Christ, fear can't live in me. I was down to the dirt, red clay on my shoes, old pain in my shirt, oh so bruised. Then the Lord hit my chest, kicked air from my breath, put power in my step.